Alright, we're getting a little closer. I've got more work to do than I can joke about at this point. I'm so far away from getting this thing done. Let's see. Today's Wednesday, so I got tomorrow night and Friday morning to get this thing done. So here's the deal, for those of you that are following along. There's a daily driver race at Wagler Motorsports Park Friday, April the 27th. I don't know what time it starts. I think maybe 6. Not sure. Daily drivers only. Hard tire, no prep, no time. Flashlight start. Going to be a pretty darn good event. So, even though this isn't my daily driver, I'm trying to keep it to where I could drive it daily. So, I did at one time drive this thing all over the place while it was running last year, but now I'm trying to get it back together. Friday will most likely be the first time I drive it. And then from then on, I'll start driving it to work and stuff like that, just for the fun of it. So I've got all the hot side piping back on. The turbos are bolted up. I had a bunch of problems getting the hot side piping on. It was hitting the torque converter, hitting the firewall in some places. So I got all that figured out. Got it on. Because this is the first time running this engine, totally bone stock 5.3. I haven't gapped the rings, never pulled the heads off of it, no nothing. So the issue is I'm gonna have to tune this thing myself with EFI Live. And since I don't really know what I'm doing, I went ahead and put 6-pound springs back in the wastegates, and now I have 2 of them. One there, one here. I don't have the 1.5-inch exhaust pipe to run these up in front of the 3-inch exhaust like I'd like. But at least it's there. It's going to work. I just got to put some hoses on it. I got to wire up the wideband O2 sensor yet. Still have to make my oil drain lines. Still have to tighten all this stuff up and seal it. Put sealant on here. Still have to make the elbow from here over to the cold side piping, which I haven't done yet. And the big reason for that is if it's a 4-inch pipe, stainless exhaust pipe from off of a diesel truck, and it's full of soot and stuff, so I got to take it, cut it to the size I need, then take and put a torch in it and burn all that stuff out. So I got that going on. I still have to lower this coolant reservoir. I got to bleed the brakes. I got to put a hood back on it. Got to cut the holes for the hood stacks there. Hopefully cover up the existing hole in the hood from the turbo where it come up out of it last year. Really need to screw that fuse box down a little bit better. It's just got 2 screws and fender washers holding that thing on. Still have to weld in a bung for the meth injection nozzle. Since I'm not running intercoolers right now, I still want to run meth injection, but at 6 pounds, it's not the end of the world. I'll probably get by without it. Still have to take the back tires off, put the wheel spacers back on, make sure everything's tight there, make sure the front tires are tight. Still have to go get insurance on it. I've got my registration, but I don't have insurance. So I gotta get that done Friday morning. Still haven't tested the cooling system. I'm sure it'll work, but you never know what problems you're gonna run into. It might be a big leak or whatever, so a lot there. Still gotta put transmission fluid in it. Still gotta finish the fuel system. Man. There's a lot going on in a short amount of time. So on a side note, my brother's truck has a progressive nitrous controller on it now, nitrous express controller, and he's getting new tires put on, I think, tomorrow. So we're gonna try what is considered a small shot, but at least then we'll be able to ramp it in. And he's just running a 4.8, so still on jack stands. Gosh, But what do you think of them hood stacks? I don't want to leave them that tall. I want to cut them off maybe an inch above the hood. I don't want them just, I don't know. I don't want them to look weirder than what they already do. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to sound like. It may be obnoxiously loud or like any other turbo system. Most of the time, they're pretty quiet. The turbos are such good mufflers. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm going to go drive this thing to work on a military base. So I have to make sure that they're not going to, you know, kick me out because it's too loud or something. So I got to get all that figured out too. So there you see it. Oh, I still got to hook up the battery cable. I got to drill a new hole through the firewall for that. Man, there's a lot. A lot to do. Should have wrote all this stuff down. Just start marking it off the list. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings on this. And any suggestions that you may have for anything whatsoever, just let me know. So, thanks again for watching. If you're subscribed, that's awesome. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. So, I appreciate it. See ya.